Hi, this is Sarah Mack coming to you live from New York. And today I'm going to share with you three things that you need to stay consistent with your marketing when you're a creative entrepreneur who's always evolving. And so this is for you if you're a business owner, if you're a service-based business owner, if you're a freelancer, if you are a multi-passionate creative with all types of creative projects on the go, and you need to have that consistent income coming in with consistent clients and people who know who you are, where you are, what you do, and what you can help them with so that they can pay you to help them. And the three things that you really need, and these are very strategic things. One of them is self-trust and intuitive guidance. So it's really important for you to have that foundation of self-trust, because as an entrepreneur, as a creative, you're always going to be shifting, growing, expanding, and changing the way that you're showing up, developing your skills, increasing the amount of value that you're able to add through your experience as every year passes by. And you'll have a different perspective to your work every time you come to it. So it's a very natural part of you being a business owner that you're going to shift, and you're going to change the services that you're offering and the way that you're offering them, and maybe even who you're offering them to. And of course, different elements of these pieces can stay the same, but you're always going to be changing. So it's really, really important for you to have that strong foundation of self-trust, to know exactly what it is that you want to say, how you want to do it, what you think is best, really empowering yourself as an expert in your field to be the decision maker and someone who can make a decision and move forward, strategically and quickly and powerfully. And intuitive guidance is such an important part of that, because often we don't see the bigger picture. We don't always see the end game result, but we can be very intuitively nudged towards a certain direction, and something can start to kind of unfold for us very naturally and easily without us maybe necessarily predetermining that. And that's definitely been the case for me, especially with my agency Juicy Copy, which I've now had for 5 years. And in the meantime, I've launched a coaching business. I've been doing mindset coaching and intuitive business strategy with clients. And I even tried to move away from copywriting for a while, but there was something that just kept bringing me back. And you know that you're supposed to be doing something when things are unfolding very naturally and very easily and very effortlessly for you. And that's always been the case for me with copywriting. I've always magnetized dream clients very easily without necessarily doing that much marketing, but staying consistent, taking the actions, putting myself out there. But it's really been a case of me tapping into my intuitive guidance to identify the thing that really is working for me, and that brings me everything that I desire in terms of freedom, flexibility, creative fulfillment, being able to make an impact. And there's always that thing for you, and often you know what it is, and often you've been getting those inspirational, intuitive hits, but maybe you've been ignoring it because you've been chasing some bright, shiny object over there. So the longer you are in the game, the more important it is for you to develop that self-trust, that inner listening, have the tools and skills and practices to be doing that as an action on a consistent and daily basis, to be able to harvest that insight and turning it into action that really works out in your favor. So that's number one that you really need: self-trust and intuitive guidance. Number two is to stay in flow and recognize that life is a rhythm. This kind of haloed idea of balance that everybody's trying to chase is not something that's necessarily attainable. Sometimes things are going great. Sometimes, things seem to be falling apart and we're going through challenges and we're being forced to really examine the way that we're doing things, shift the way that we're doing things, make changes, step out and take big risks, do a lot of the things that can sometimes feel really challenging and scary and triggering, and actually not feel very good at all. But always recognizing that those challenges are there to shape us and grow us and turn us into the person that we need to be to, get that next level goal that we desire to achieve. So it's really important to stay in flow, recognize every challenge as an opportunity. Everything is always working out for us. We're always being pointed in the direction that is most supportive for us to flow in. So just, again, coming back to those tools to tap into your intuition as to where you're really being called to go and what feels good, what's working out easily. And obviously knowing the difference between easy and challenging. There's many different interpretations of these words, but when things seem to be lining up for you, when, you know, opportunities seem to flow up onto your doorstep, that's when you know that this is perhaps a direction that you should be paying more attention to. So, you know, always cultivating that awareness, staying in flow, recognizing sometimes things can feel a little out of alignment, especially when we're going through a transition in perhaps the way that we're offering things, the way that we're doing business, that how we're serving our clients, and just to, you know, really stay present and keep navigating one step at a time and trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should be. So that's number one, is self-trust and intuitive guidance. Number two is staying in flow. And number three, to stay consistent with your marketing and make sure that you're always visible and available for clients to find you if and when they desire to work with you, is to have support. And that was a really crucial turning point for me, especially when figuring out my content marketing strategy. And I've built a six-figure income without spending a single dollar on ads, and have done it purely through content marketing on Instagram and Facebook and email marketing. And, you know, the thing that really shifted my ability to do that was to get support in creating systems and structure and flow that supported me to consistently be visible, consistently be showing up and sharing my message and putting myself in front of potential clients, even when, you know, I was in a particular stage of my creative flow where I needed to take more time back away from, you know, being really visible and present and being on the computer many hours, or times when I needed to put more time into client work or you know, like program development or any of the other parts of my life, even relationships, time off and vacations, that, you know, which are all part of life that we need to build in into the way that we run our business. Because if we don't, then there'll be times where everything grinds to a halt. And really, it's all about momentum. Having that consistent cash flow is really all about staying in momentum, keeping, you know, keeping those relationships going with your tribe, with your audience, with your clients, showing up and serving, and really being present to, you know, deliver the work that you're being called to do. So having a support system is really, really important. And that, you know, there are unlimited ways for you to show up and market your business and find clients and create sales. And, you know, you get to navigate that intuitively to whatever feels good for you. So, but if that is something that you are looking for support with, help with scheduling, help with content creation, with graphic design, and with, email marketing, that is something that me and my team at Juicy Copy can help you with. We do have limited spaces available for this package that I'm currently offering, and we really work with you to develop your personal brand story, share your conscious business and your creative work in an authentic way. It doesn't feel salesy or pushy, but it is very strategic in inviting people to work with you and making it easy for them to see what it is that you have to offer, and inviting them to say yes and come and be a part of your company, your products and your services. So if that's something that's resonating with you, if you don't yet have that support and that structure for your content creation and marketing in place, then do send me a message and let's set up a call to see how we can help you on that. So just to recap, 3 things that are really vital for you to stay consistent in your marketing as a creative and conscious business owner are: 1, self-trust and intuitive guidance; 2, staying in flow; and 3, having a support system. So, and not only do I support clients with content creation, but also with the mindset and, you know, how that content fits into your sales strategy in a way that feels good and, you know, is actually working to attract people to buy your products and services. So send me a message if that is resonating with you. Feel free to leave me any other questions about content marketing, sales strategy, mindset, anything to do with you getting yourself out there and creating more income doing the work that you love doing. And I will be back to answer those regularly. So do come back and check out for new content. And if you know anybody who could benefit from this, please tag them below or share it with them. Send me some hearts and some likes. And it's chucking it down with rain here right now. Have an amazing day. Talk to you later.